Hi, so I did the thing that I said I wouldn't do in my last video, and that was to test my HCG levels early. I am a 10 DPO today, I think 9 or 10, I'll have to double check. But I saw a woman post in one of the groups I'm in that she tested at 7 DPO and had a faint line. So I went ahead, took the test, and I'm waiting to see what the results are. So we'll see. Got like 4 minutes to go. All right, headed to the bathroom now to check the results. Again, if I don't see anything, I'm not concerned because I know it's way too early. I mean, we'll see, whatever. Nothing yet. Okay. Hello, so I am 12 DPO. My period is due tomorrow. I am taking a pregnancy test right now while my little one is asleep. Figured I'd record this little video before I go check the results in 2 minutes. Yeah, so I don't have any pregnancy symptoms. I mean, I really didn't have huge pregnancy symptoms when I was pregnant 2 years ago, other than I had frequent urination one night. That was just one night. And then I was bloated and gassy one day, like really bad. That was it. I didn't have nausea or vomiting, nothing. So I don't know what it's going to be like if I am pregnant this cycle. Praying that I am. If not, again, we still have another cycle to go. But we can just keep trying. We're going to keep trying and trust in the Lord in His timing. That's all we're doing. So 1 minute and I'll check my results. All right, so time is up. Let's see what we got. All right, so negative. So now I just have to wait and see if my period comes. We'll see. I don't know. It's I'm a little sad about it, not seeing something, at least something a day before my period. But it is what it is. Again, we will just have to wait until my period comes or doesn't come. So it is officially the day that my period is due. And I've already taken 2 tests. I've taken one in the morning, one early afternoon, and they all came back negative. I don't feel like I'm having period symptoms or anything, no cramping. But I've been hoping for a faint line, so I took a test and I'm checking again. And again, it is negative. I don't see anything. Nope, I don't see anything. It looks pretty negative to me. I mean, some people might not see a positive test until some days after their period is due. So there's still that hope. I'm kind of clinging on to that. Otherwise, again, it doesn't happen. I am just going to trust that God has a plan and His plan is best, and be patient. Because the Bible says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and mind through Christ Jesus. And that is where I'm going to put my faith and hope. Okay, so I just took a pregnancy test and I need to go check the results now. I'm excited. We will see what is up. I can't really say I've had any symptoms, but we are excited to look. I'm pregnant. Yes, praise God. I'm so excited. There is a faint line. We are having a baby. Okay, so that's the test. That's showing there is a faint line on the right for the test line, but the control line is dark, so we are pregnant. Okay, so it's almost 3:30 in the afternoon, and I just got home from taking AJ to the library. We went to the park twice. We went for a walk. We ran some errands, and he hasn't taken a nap. He hasn't taken a nap. I came home actually twice to see if he would go to sleep. Maybe when I was driving, he'd fall asleep. Thought maybe he'd fall asleep while we walked, and he sat in the stroller, didn't fall asleep. So I just came home now. And while we were out running errands, I went and picked up a digital test, which I already took the test. I like a digital test. I know I'm pregnant because the other test definitely was positive. But I love this. I love to just see it, you know? So I picked this one up, and it definitely says pregnant. So I am excited, and excited to surprise my husband when he comes home. The surprise actually won't happen until tomorrow, so I already know what I'm going to do. Kind of. I bought a shirt around the time that we first started trying, and it says Big Brother for AJ to wear. So when he comes home, and AJ is usually the first one who greets him, because he runs to his dada and he gives him a big hug. So I'm gonna see if he sees his shirt and notices what it says. So I'm excited. I was going to get him a shirt too, but I forgot to order one for him. I might try to get something on Amazon. I don't know, but really, I may even make a cake. I don't know. I want to do a little more than just the shirt, because I have a feeling he might not notice the shirt right away. And I wanted to have one more thing to kind of like trigger his reaction, because I want to record it for the second pregnancy. I definitely want to record his reaction, because I got the first reaction when we had our first pregnancy. So I am excited. It's really, honestly, it's like a weight off my chest, because I try to be calm. This actually was probably more of a calm cycle than the other two. This one I was more calm, and I just kind of told myself, you know what, we're not going to think about it often. We're just going to try. What's funny is my husband and I did not do the baby dance that much. We did it one time because we were busy. We had a lot going on. Where all the other two cycles, we were going and, you know, doing the baby dance as often as we could. And we got pregnant. So I am happy. Not that I wanted to worry or be concerned about my age, but I don't know, when I start telling people my age and they were trying to have another baby, the reactions that I get, I remember when I was at a Bible study and a woman goes, oh, you know, I asked for prayer requests to pray that, you know, for us getting pregnant this cycle. And she said, oh, your age though, you know, you definitely gotta look out for that. And I'm like, I'm honestly not concerned about my age. I'm not concerned about it. I'm trying to keep the pregnancy test away from AJ. He wants it. He saw it in my hand and he tried to take it from me. Anyway, so he's looking for it right now. I actually hid it behind my back. He's running. I had to be on my back, and then I moved it, so he ran around the side of the bed to grab it. Oh, he was gonna climb on the bed and try to get it. But anyway. Okay, so anyway, I feel like a lot of people kind of have like this reaction to me being 42 and trying, and I'm like, I'm not worried about my age, and I trust God, and I believe that it's going to happen, because that's what is the desire of my heart, my husband's heart, is to have more children. And I feel young, I feel healthy, and that's it. I'll be back. Okay. I'm out of breath. It's after 2 o'clock, and I just finished doing my workout for the day. AJ is taking a nap. I took him to this cafe that has like a play area for toddlers, which is nice. They also have an outdoor play area, but it was raining and cloudy and cold, and which is why I took him there, because they have an indoor area that you can play, and it's all free. So I took him, and I got myself a little coffee, a little treat. I don't really buy coffee out. I make my own at home, because I always put like a protein drink in it in place of like creamer or milk, because I don't really I feel like it just helps get protein in during the day. But I didn't make my usual protein iced coffee this morning, because we were rushing to get out of the house. I wanted to get him there early enough so he could play and then come home, take his nap. I could do my workout, and honestly, right now I should be prepping for dinner. I'm still indecisive of what I'm making, but I don't know. My husband bought this butternut squash, which I don't really eat squash and I've never cooked squash. But I saw a recipe and I thought it'd be like a really nice fall thing to do. That includes like Italian sausage and butternut squash and farfalle. I think it's what it's called, farfalle pasta, farfalle. I don't know how to say it, but it looks yummy. So I think I'm going to make that tonight. I have got some laundry done. I got my husband's clothes folded and put away. This morning I did that. So I feel like I'm having a productive day, and I don't feel like I have a lot of energy, and I don't think it's because of the pregnancy, because I really don't have any pregnancy symptoms. And last time I was pregnant, I had pregnancy symptoms before I tested, but they were very like basic. I had some really bad like cramping and gas, like bloating, and that was probably like a week before I tested. And I did kind of have the same thing happen this pregnancy, now that I think about it, but it wasn't so early before I tested. I think it was like a couple days before. I was like really crampy, and then I had some sharp pain in my uterus the night before. Was it the night before I tested? Yes, because it was Monday night and then I tested Tuesday morning. But I wasn't thinking about pregnancy. Like, I honestly wasn't. I wasn't thinking about pregnancy because I decided that this cycle I wasn't going to early test. I wasn't going to think about it a lot, because the first 2 cycles, I don't know what came over me, but I think it's because I was in these groups with other women trying to conceive, and they're constantly posting their tests, looking for line eyes is what they call it, to see if anyone else can see a faint line on their pregnancy test. And I would see those posts all the time, and I'd see women testing at like 6 DPO. And there was one woman that had a positive test at 7 DPO, and I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to try. I want to see if I see something. And so I kept doing that. I tested way too early, and then I'd stop for a few days, and then I would get bored, and I'm like, I'm just gonna test. So I didn't do that this cycle. I told myself I was going to wait. I would either test the day before, the day of, or the day after my period. But anyway, so like I said, yesterday I was 4 weeks. I didn't even really finish the day out in that video because my husband came home. Oh, I forgot to mention. So my husband came home, and I had planned to surprise him a certain way. I had wanted to put this little shirt on AJ that says Big Brother. And so AJ greets him every day when he comes home from work. He's the first one to greet my husband, and he picks him up and hugs him. And so I'm like, okay, maybe he'll see this shirt and it'll like trigger him to be like, oh my gosh, we're having a baby, you know. And I wanted to catch it and record it. So my husband told me he wouldn't be home until 2. And so I was thinking, while I was out getting ready for the day, I would run some errands, get some stuff done. I would come home, get the kitchen all clean, because he comes through the kitchen, the back door that leads into the kitchen. Get everything all cleaned up, get my camera set up, get AJ changed. But by the time I came home, AJ was asleep. He was fast asleep. So I thought, well, I would just put him in bed. And I think it was like right before noon. It was probably like 11:45 that I put him down for his nap. But I didn't change his shirt. I kept him in the shirt that he had worn all day. I was just going to wait until he woke up, because I figured he's only going to take maybe an hour, 2-hour nap. So by the time he wakes up, I can like prep everything and then just change him before my husband gets home. And usually my husband, he will call or text me to let me know he's on his way. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to work out for an hour, which is what I usually do while he's napping. And then I'll have the camera already set up, like ready to go. But before that, I was like thinking I really wanted to do one extra thing just in case the shirt doesn't trigger his reaction. Because if I don't catch it on camera, like if he doesn't notice it right away when he walks through the door and picks up AJ, he might not notice it on camera. He might notice it later, and then I won't catch his reaction. So I had seen a video, or a video on one of the websites that I had looked at that had tips and ideas for surprising your husband about the second pregnancy. One said to pretend that you are making a birthday wish video, happy birthday video for someone. So I'm like, oh, perfect. I have a lot of siblings, nieces, and nephews. I'll just randomly pick a person and say that it's their birthday, and I want to wish them happy birthday, and just make a video, and then I'll tell him we're pregnant. So that's what So what happened is, my husband walks through the door as I'm working out. I hear the door open, and I'm like, is he here already? Oh. I'm like, shoot, I wanted to do the t-shirt one, but you know what? It actually worked out. I did the video, pretended like it was one of my niece's birthdays, and he was definitely surprised. He hesitated in the video when I said, on the count of 3, let's say happy birthday. I go 1, 2, 3, and it's like dead silent for like a couple seconds, and I'm like, why isn't he saying anything? And he's kind of looking at me, and I'm like, and then he goes, happy, and I'm like, we're pregnant. And he stops, and he's like, oh, what? He's like, oh, I didn't think there was anyone's birthday today. Like, he would actually know. I don't know why he said that. I'm like, you don't know any of my nieces and nephews' birthdays. Like, why would you? I'm always the one that tells them when it's someone's birthday. So why would you think you knew that if it was anyone's birthday or not? But anyway, it was funny. And he got teary-eyed. So it was really cute, really sweet. And AJ is in the video, but he was asleep. That was the thing too. Oh, I forgot to mention. So before I did that, he comes home early. I finished my workout, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do this video. But I wanted AJ to be in the video. And so, but AJ was still asleep. But he woke up right at the end of my workout. So I went in the room and got him. My husband was in the shower. He came out of the shower, got dressed and everything. And he's like, oh, I want to hold him. So he's holding him, but AJ was still sleepy. He was falling back asleep. And my husband's holding him and rocking him. And I'm like, oh, and then he told me, he's like, I have to go do a job. So I have to leave in like 10 minutes. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I have to drive. He has to drive like 2.5 hours away to go do a job. And I'm like right now? He's like, yes. Because he has a side business that he has. And he had booked a job before he came home. And I'm like, what? I was not expecting that. Like, I wanted to tell him, like, we're having a baby. I have known I was pregnant since the day before in the morning, and it's hard keeping a secret like that. I just wanted to like blurt it out. Because I just kept trying to say, hey, I wanted to record this video for a niece. And he was like, not that he didn't care, but he was like doing other things, and I kept bringing it up, and I think he thought that I wanted Alexander to be awake, so I just made up something, and I said, I really want to record this video before you leave, because I have to send it to Lisa so that she can make a compilation for my niece, so that she can see it. It's already getting, I don't want to wait till you get home at around 5. No. Because I actually thought about it. I'm like, I could wait until he comes home and then surprise him and do the t-shirt surprise. But I was like, I actually liked the video surprise better because I could get his reaction and I didn't have to worry about the camera getting it. So, yeah, it worked out and it was great. And he was very excited. He's so happy about it. Like, it's so cute and sweet when he gets all teary-eyed. I count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We're pregnant!
Oh, shut up. I will.
We're pregnant.
Shut up. I didn't think it was anyone's birthday.
I was like, why is he waiting so long to say anything? I can't keep this a secret much longer. I'm like, you're like ruining the surprise.
You really got me good that time.
I'm like, oh my gosh, he wants to hold AJ and put AJ to sleep. I just want to tell him that we're pregnant.
Oh my God.
I love you too. We're having a baby.
Is it a girl?
I don't know. We're having baby number 2.
Oh my god.